Here in central Oklahoma, the morning sun is orange from the wildfire smoke that has clouded North American skies on account of the conflagrations that are sending the western states' sequestered carbon back into the sky. A coronavirus plague that could have been stemmed about a year ago if we had exercised sufficient collective wisdom now rages out of control with no end in sight. The seething anger in large parts of the world's 8 billion strong human population is rising measurably and threatens to boil over. It looks like the end of the world and certainly feels that way. It's times like this when we most need music. Here's some extraordinary music published in 1742 as part of J.S. Bach's Well-Tempered Clavier, Book 2. This is the stage of pitch class G, and at this stage we're treated once again to the enormous range in Bach's musical temperament and dazzled by the compositional techniques that he wielded in order to give expression to that temperament. That is, of course, the thing above all to be aware of as one drinks this in. This music represents the point of view of a musician who was very much involved in a world that was so different from our own that it beggars belief. Can this music speak to us now in circumstances so changed? I speak only for myself, and I can tell you that I can't imagine living without the kind of beauty that is set before us in this music. I can't imagine wanting to. It often gives me a chuckle to reflect on the fact that almost half a lifetime ago I completed my work on a second master's degree, one in composition, submitting as my thesis a sort of symphony based on medieval carols written for wind band. I suppose that when I started work on that degree, I had some grand vision of myself as a creator, churning out compositions of great beauty and deep meaning. I hadn't even finished that degree before I'd come to the conclusion that I am no composer. One of the reasons I arrived at that conclusion is because that was about the time I started looking and listening more carefully to the music of Johann Sebastian Bach. There was a composer. If I were the composer I'd set out long ago to be, this is the music that I would want to write. But I'm not that composer, nor am I a particularly good wordsmith, so not only can I not write such music as this, I often don't even know what to say about it. That's why, more often than not, I just present what I can and try to stay out of Bach's way as he communicates and yours as you listen. So what can I say about this offering? The G major movements give us Bach at his most whimsical, and it'll be obvious to you at first pass that he was plenty capable of whimsy, and at the same time of blowing our minds. The fugue confirms this, with its trippy little subject somewhat like a minuet in quality, but equally music box-like. And that fantastic toccata-like flourish there at the very end will surely leave you with a big smile on your face and a song in your heart. But don't stop there. There's the other side of Bach, represented by the G minor movements, the towering, severe, intimidating giant who has no patience with anyone's bullshit. This is the Bach that foreshadows Mahler. The Prelude is a powerful, uncompromising theme, barbed and bristling with the jagged, dotted rhythms and athletic, melodic leaps of the dead serious French overture style, delivered by 4 defined voices in a 4-minute tug-of-war that evinces an arguably tragic outlook and ends with the consolatory gesture of a Picardy cadence that changes nothing other than perhaps to signal Bach's sympathy with our predicament. And the fugue, oh my. This seems to me to be one of Bach's most rigorous compositions, especially on account of the interplay between the forceful subject with its unnerving silences and that insistent sounding full measure of stabbing repetitions of a single pitch, and the counter subject that's immediately spun off the subject by the introductory voice and used assiduously throughout the fugue every time the subject is present. The unfolding of this music is certainly dramatic, especially in its approach to the end, interrupted twice by powerful cadential hemiolas cut by brief but almost terrifying silences. And after all those words, I've said almost nothing that really captures the wonder of this music. I leave it, therefore, to you to make your discoveries and drink deep as you can at this musical font. This is music that could justify the existence of an inconstant critter like Homo sapiens. And speaking of critters who justify the existence of our species, how do you like the playing of Tatyana Nikolaeva?